Watch me crank that soldier boy, the Superman at home. Woo, crank that soldier boy, crank that soldier boy. Woo, crank that soldier boy. Soldier boy off in his hole. Watch me lean and watch me rock. Superman at home. Oh, watch me crank that Robocop. Super fresh, now watch me chop, choking on them haters' name. When I do that soldier boy, I lean to the left, I crank that thing. Soldier boy off in his hole. Watch me lean and watch me rock. Watch me crank that soldier boy, the Superman at home. Woo, crank that soldier boy. Woo, crank that soldier boy. I'm joking on your bitch ass, and if we get the fighting, then I'm cocking on your bitch ass. You catch me at your local party. Yes, I crank it every day. Haters getting mad 'cause I got me some baby mates. I'm bouncing on my toe. Watch me super soak that whore. I'm gonna pass it to A-Rap. Then he's gonna crank it up for sure. Haters wanna be me. Soldier boy, I'm the man. They be looking at my neck, saying it's the rubber band, man. Soldier boy off in his hole. Watch me crank it, watch me roll. Watch me crank that soldier boy, then Superman at home. Yo, crank that soldier boy. Yo, crank that soldier boy. Yo, crank that soldier boy. Watch me do it, watch me do it. Dance, dance, let's get to it, let's get to it. No, you can't do it like me. So don't do it like me. Fuck, I see you trying to do it like me. Man, that shit was ugly. No, you can't do it like me. So don't do it like me. Fuck, I see you trying to do it like me. Man, that shit was ugly. Soldier boy out in his hole. Watch me crank it, watch me roll. Watch me crank that soldier boy. Then Superman that hoe. Crank that soldier boy. Yo. Crank that soldier boy. Yo. Crank that soldier boy. Yo. Crank that soldier boy.
My bitch is bad and bougie. Cooking a dope with a Uzi. My niggas is savage, ruthless. Ooh, we got 30s and 100 rounds to do. All set, whoa. Records on records, got backers on backers. I'm riding around in a coupe. I take your bitch right from you. Bitch, I'm a dog. Beat that whole walls. Hop in the frog. I tell that bitch don't come for me, ooh. Raindrop, drop top. Smoking on cookie in the hot box. Fucking on your bitch, she a thot. Cooking up dope in the crock pot, ooh. I swear these niggas is under me. They hating the devil, keep jumping me. Bankrolls on me, keep me company. Hey, we do the most, pull up and ghost, yeah. My diamonds a joke. Holding the fire with no holster, rig the ruler, diamonds cooler. We came from nothing to trust nobody, grip the trigger. We'll call up the gang and they come and get you. Cry me a river, give you a tissue. Oh, it's a rolling, not a mule. Tapping on them like the usual. Magic with the break the voodoo. Courtside with a bad bitch. My bitch is bad and bougie. Cooking a dope with a boozy. Woo. My niggas is savage, ruthless. Ooh, we got 30s and 100 rounds to do. And I send the bitch through Uber. I'm young and rich and plus I'm bougie. I'm not stupid, so I keep the boozy. Records on records, got backers on backers. So my money making my pancake. You niggas got a low act rate. We from the north, yeah, that way. Fake cookie blood in the ashtray. Two bitches just national smash day. Hop in the lamb, have a drag race. I let them birds take a bath, babe. Rain drop, 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 top, drop, top. Smoking on cookie in the hot box. Fucking on your bitch, she a thot, thot. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. Ooh, ooh. Pour phone, dropping my outer space, keep cutting. Introduce me to your bitch ass wifey, and we know she slut. Could break down naughty body, now that nigga ducking. Ooh, don't move too fast, I might shoot you. Draco bad and bougie, I'm always hanging with shooters. Might be posted somewhere secluded. My bitch is bad and bougie. Cooking up dope with a boozy. Ooh, my niggas is savage, ruthless. Ooh, we got 30s and 100 rounds to do. Still be playing with pots and pans. Call me Quavo attitude. Run with that sack, call me booby. When I'm on stage, show me boobies. Ice on my neck, I'm the coolest. Ooh. Still be playing with pots and pans. Call me Quavo attitude. Run with that sack, call me booby. When I'm on stage, show me boobies. Ice on my neck, I'm the coolest. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, that way. Float on the track like a Segway. Yeah, that way. I used to trap on the subway. Yeah, that way. Young nigga trap with the AK. Yeah, that way. Big dyke, hard, get it on, make see back. My bitch is bad and bougie. Cooking up dope with a boozy. Ooh, my niggas is savage, ruthless. Ooh, we got 30s and 100 rounds to do. Rain drop, 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 top, drop, top. Smoking on cookie in the hot box. Fucking on your bitch, she a thot, thot. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. Ooh, ooh, we came from nothing to something. I don't trust nobody, grip the trigger. Ooh, call up the gang and they come and get you. Call me a river, give you a tissue. Ooh, God next up, God next up. Ooh, God next up, God next up. Ooh, you know young rich niggas. You know, so we never really had no old money. We got a whole lot of new money though.
Good evening, people. Good evening. How y'all doing? We got a lot to get through. That's why I only played 2 songs. They on day 4, and these junks is averaging like 8 hours. But luckily for us, we have the ability to fast forward through a whole bunch of the bullshit that's gonna be going on. So let's start with day 1. Sarah Boone. Y'all gotta let me know if y'all can hit it. Let's see here. Hold on. Nope, not mute. That's all the way up. All right, let's go. Pardon me.
I'm ready. behalf of Sarah Boone.
I do.
Ma'am, good morning. Can you please state your full name and date of birth for the record for me?
Sarah Boone, 10-10-77.
All right. Ms. Boone is seated at council's table wearing a black suit and a pink blouse.
Can you hear?
She is in custody when our jury enters and exits. Before we bring in our jury this morning, yesterday the court had reserved on a Richardson hearing regarding Exhibit 2. Is identified in the defendant's fifth amended reciprocal discovery exhibit list, specifically 119 pages of records from Advent Health Winter Park that were provided to the state yesterday to provide an edited version of only the records pertaining but before 9 a.m. this opportunity to review the culled down list of 119 documents.
Yes, sir.
JPEG images. And what do they pertain to?
Most of them deal with billings,
Hey, Melissa.
observations by the medical personnel, so don't necessarily apply to the issue of anxiety, as the board indicated. I did include certain pages that discuss depression issues, because I believe that they were related to anxiety. And then I've identified 4 or 5 other pages that are not anxiety related, and they relevant to the case. I've described that.
Of those 15? Okay, thank you. State response.
Man, them folk got a mountain of evidence sitting there.
Apparently, these are all just related to January 23rd, 2018 admission at Advent Health Winter Park. So it appears they're not seeking to introduce any records from other instances that were contained in the records that were first disclosed to the state on September 27th.
You speak of the 81 pages?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Nor the new 119
Let me put this
So,
picture up for truth.
of the 15
She was
pages.
looking
The
for
first
the,
two that they list are
suitcase.
pages 9 and 10 out of 1 stamp from the hospital is over. Although I'm guessing that it's pages 9 and 10 out of 111. The contract, I don't understand the relevance. '23, '24, and '25 are all part of her initial assessment on 123.18. We don't object to those pages, but for the fact that at the bottom of page 25 begins her toxicology screening, and that does go into page 26. And they did not indicate that they want to use page 26. However, without page 26, we are going to experience relevancy issues and a 403 objection from the state. And that is because in her toxicology screen, for which she is coming to the treatment to seek treatment for depression symptoms, she is at 165 for ethanol, grams per deciliter, over twice the legal limit. It's a central nervous system depressant. We are going to have at least the state and then our expert on battered spouse syndrome, if
Who's in battered
Apologist.
spouse syndrome?
will tell us that ethanol is a central nervous system. We are objecting page 26.
If I understand your argument, is it a rule of complete
E. Brooks, you about 10 minutes late talking about you don't have sound. Yeah, you don't have sound because I had to just drop off and come back. But yeah, you ain't no help. All right. We'll try this again. Y'all see that big ass suitcase though? All right, let's try this shit again. Let's try it again.
Third, 2018 was my understanding.
I probably should have watched it so I could have
Page
skipped
48,
straight to
we are
the
asking again that this be included. It's 43, and then going to 49, but we do want page 48 included. On that page includes her height and weight at the time. Page 63.
What's 49? So seemingly that
Full context without what I've described as page 26, because part of the results on page 49 show that she was tested, shows that she was tested for the presence of ethyl alcohol or ethanol.
What a
But it doesn't give
abuse.
results wanting included.
so not following 49 to 50 or 51 sequentially.
No, because the pages they want from the 40s are
E.
43,
Brooks, what is your
47,
malfunction?
skipping
ma'am?
48, and we're asking for
What
48
is your major
to be
malfunction?
included between 47 and 49 to make sure it's relevant and complete.
I'm guessing we buffering. I don't know why.
But they are
I'm
also seeking
plugged
49, correct?
directly
Yes, thank
into
you. Just,
the
they just
internet
skipped
source.
48, just like they
This
skipped
weird.
26.
Young v. State records, the court still is required to conduct a Richardson hearing as to the issue of whether the defendant's violation was inadvertent or willful. Mr. Owens had advised that these documents were
Damn lot of buffering
obtained
going
sometime
on.
last week. He was unable to provide any specificity.
I don't know why I keep getting kicked off. The hell is going on in this lame ass club?
Receive confirmation of payments. So it's all been within a couple of weeks, but two, I was told that they already had those records. And so I don't think there's any prejudice in this case from our submissions.
Okay. Any further argument or positions with regard to the Richardson analysis, Mr. J?
That's for the purpose of this hearing. This stack of documents.
Is that the 119 pages, sir?
No, sir, it's the 81 pages that we got on September 27th, 2024.
Any objection?
Hey, come correct.
All right, what was marked A for the purposes
E.
of the
Brooks,
Richardson
do you
hearing
have sound
received without
right now? You got
objection?
sound?
And I'm limited in my abilities to cheat with technology and put it, if there's 119 helps the attorney greatly. So that's why there's this confusion, and that's part of why I had to raise this issue. Was just at my first glance at those pages yesterday, I knew that something seemed off compared to what was looked for to begin and provide information.
I appreciate y'all working together on. So here's what we're going to do. Yes.
I don't know why this thing keep kicking me off.
Bring in a printed copy, not the PDF, this morning. But Federal Express, which is the block away, for whatever reason, the road was being constructed. So they closed. So we were there at 8 o'clock to get the copy to the state. We promised, but we will bring one at lunch to hand the state.
Okay, appreciate it. All right. Any other argument with regard to the Richardson? All right, thank you both for your positions and your arguments. The court has, as a matter of law, the court's that based on the positions.
Good grief. Everything
Provided by the defense that the disclosure was inadvertent.
I still ain't showed up on the damn screen. yet. This is terrible.
But I do find that the violation had some level of substantiality to it. But due to the state's review and the defense compliance with the court's order yesterday as to culling down to the pages that we've identified, the court finds that the violation
Damn nerves. Why in the fuck is this shit doing this? Okay, I don't know. I know you can't see me.
proffer with the defendant's testimony is not amounting to an overt act that will result in a self-defense instruction, that will result in prior instances of violence coming in, that it would be extremely
All right, we got audio finally. Good grief.
prejudicial, dangerous.
If this shit work better with the actual intro, but looking at this, it looks like it's sucking on either or.
Okay. What's your position with regard to those two, Mr. J? Okay.
Judge's opening statements, we should be discussing what we anticipate to come into the trial, and that's going to be enough of a minefield. It really shouldn't be about the law. We'll both have an opportunity. We will have the opportunity to use presented. So it's our position that we shouldn't be using the facts at the end, and we will have the correct version. And if the court is following the tendency that I've seen in the circuit recently, remarks, I think it's premature.
Any other response?
I've been doing this 35 years. I've had these boards. I've used these boards in opening statements. I don't know how many times. Reducing the one specific.
Off the Supreme Court website due to dealing with motions to eliminate, trying should be doing on eve of openings. But I did notice that I did not believe the reasonable doubt instruction was complete just from memory. And I know that's not the complete weighing the evidence instruction either.
Can I see the reasonable doubt
Yeah,
instruction,
I
please?
can't do anything. I'm trying to listen to see how much this motherfucker is jumping in,
Well,
in and out.
here's the first problem. That's the wrong. The appropriate definition of reasonable doubt. It is not what was read to the jury during jury selection. 3.7 now reads proof beyond a reasonable doubt, and it does not mean proof beyond all doubt. A reasonable
optional instructions 6 to 10 we're going to use in this case because we have not heard the evidence yet. So I just think it's inappropriate to be delving in. What we should be doing is explaining to the jury what we believe the facts are going to show and the inferences that they can draw from them, and argue the law later.
Last bite. The apple, sir.
Judge, they've got to have, in many This is a picture of Sarah Boone. It was taken by law enforcement on one of the incidents involving arrest. This letter right here, which we believe is relevant, admissible. This is B. C. Laura. That's exhibit. E is a blowout.
Playback speed.
Difficulties. You could address exhibit B, which remarked as B. Rulings that the court has already made about this, based on the state's motion in limine, it is very dangerous to allow them to do this when we are not expecting it to be admitted into evidence based on the current state of the defendant's testimony. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Brown, if you could address exhibit B, which remarked as B.
You've already ruled that these things come in. Remember that?
Address of an opening. Photographs are totally different kitty.
I said nothing about
A totally different kitty.
Easy to just come in on your self-defense and argue these. I said nothing about that. Don't want to talk about self-defense.
I understand.
Prior difficulties, prior acts of violence, the standard instruction.
But the overt act requirement.
Y'all know I'm
remains.
mad as
Reviewed
hell.
and read it multiple times.
Good faith with discussions with my client. We believe there's going to be evidence of an overt act. She was facing evidence that she reacted based on that.
Understood.
Can y'all hear the audio?
It's her on the back porch with the two dogs.
But not only did he abuse, MoneyBoy abused.
That's not the issue. The issue is that the state represented that it was not part of your exhibit list.
This is my look of disgust.
I believe it is part of.
I'm furious. My screen sharing ain't working. Am I moving like a robot? Kind of still. I don't know what's going on. I have it fixed tomorrow though.
Not only did he abuse Sarah, as far as he abused the dogs, and he would threaten to abuse the dogs.
Okay, thank you.
Check it, Judge.
All right. The court's prepared to roll at this point in time. Thank you both for your presentations and your argument. We've had the opportunity to.
Don't laugh at me,
Pre-mark
Melissa.
is
Don't laugh
inclusive
at me. I'm
with regards to the portion of
disgusted.
3.9
And
instruction.
my team's some
Purpose of
slaw,
opening was to
but I
set the
still
table for the
represent
issue
them
of
anyway.
parts of the
We some
facts
slaw.
show.
It's not proper time to
Yep.
be discussing law or elements of law. And that's an element of law that will
I don't know why the screen sharing didn't
didn't
work. I have it fixed tomorrow, though.
Instruction opening statement. You talk about
Y'all
this is
just
a job. But
I'm disappointed. Fuck that. I am. I'm
With
disappointed.
regard to what was pre-marked as A through
Don't you see the look of disappointment?
the Holland case is clear. Before a defendant may introduce evidence of the victim's character, he must first show that there was an overt act by the victim at or about the time of the incident that reasonably indicated a need for self-defense. I understand your good faith belief. I take no position on whether or not you're going to make it or not. That's something that you're going to have to establish. But the concern is that the photographs, some of them are graphic in nature. The lacerations, the sutures, the bruising, facial wounds with bleeding may have such a impact such that the toothpaste cannot be placed back in the tube, assuming that overt act hurdle is not met. The court, again, takes no position on whether or not you're going to be able to meet it because I haven't heard the evidence and testimony. So court's going to exercise its discretion for those reasons. You can talk about it. You can talk about she was a victim. You can talk about specific some incidences may have happened, but I'm not going to allow the photographs at this point in time for those reasons, for your utilization of them in opening statements. Any questions or clarifications with regards to the court's ruling state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense. All right, are we prepared to bring in our jury at this time?
Some other issues.
They've been waiting for an hour and 20 minutes, Counselor.
We intend to play the 2-minute.
Y'all know I'm hard headed, so I got to try it again just because I'm hard headed. Damn, why I can't do it now? Nope. All right, never mind.
It's Suitcase video to the jury in opening statement.
State.
Again, I'm asking you to urge your discretion. They're going to hear it in the next 2 days of court. It's within your discretion whether we're going to start using exhibits during opening statement.
What's the other issue, sir?
I'm looking for what you did.
Okay. With regard to the video, I'm not going to allow proposed exhibits to be used in opening statements. It's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. I'm not going to allow your photographs, I'm not going to allow state to do anything. You can orally talk about what you believe the evidence and testimony is going to show, but the actual evidence is going to have to be presented here through witnesses or through demonstration and publication after that evidence is admitted. Y'all can approach.
While we approach, does somebody from their team start dismantling?
Please, I would appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, they approaching. I'm assuming y'all can still hear me. I'm off the screen. This judge here is no nonsense. I like him. He like a white Glanville. Let's just hope he doesn't have any secret ex parte meetings.
Good morning, y'all may be seated. State, do you recognize our jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you recognize our jury? Can the parties approach for a moment?
Damn it.
Last night to not have any conversations amongst yourselves or anyone. They do not have any investigation regarding those items. You just raise your hands to confirm you complied with the court's instructions. All right, the record will reflect that all jurors have raised their hands. Members of the jury, yesterday I told you that you may happen to see the lawyers in the courtroom or in the courthouse going about their affairs. And again, they're not trying to avoid you or speak to you because they're not allowed to. Did anyone happen to ride an elevator this morning with any of the attorneys, either for the state or for the defense? All right, you're in seat number 3 from my left, first row. Yes, ma'am. Okay, thank you. Can you approach the line? And the juror in seat 4, left to right.
Hello.
You ain't want to add me or something?
Let's see. This thing acting a damn nut. This thing acting a nut.
Well,
I'm trying to get my internet right. It's fucking up when I screen share.
hey y'all, everybody. Hey y'all. Hey. It's the bootleg work conditions for me. That's all I'm gonna say.
See if the white guy speaks. Say something, white man.
How did we get to this point where 103-pound
See, that ain't popping up. Now my screen went black. What the fuck is this?
Trey, who was talking about me?
I'm sick of this shit.
Who was talking about me, Tanya?
It's just, I don't know. I done been kicked down so many times. I done lost count. I had wanted to throw the whole live away, so I don't know. My
Thank you.
screen black right now. I can't see shit.
What are you trying to do? Screen share.
Who would tell me it's really black? But it looked like it's still buffering on y'all end.
Let me see.
I'm done with this shit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, but
Do you recall who specifically, sir? Mr. Owens. Okay, thank you.
Stop sharing stupid thing. It got the buffering ring of death.
Was there anything that you saw or observed that would impact you or influence you in any way? Do you have any impact on you? Juror number
Can you hear
3,
me?
left to right for stroke.
I don't. This is weird.
yeah, I
You
can
say
hear you.
did this shit all day.
We're going to proceed with
I
opening
can hear
statements
you.
this morning. Both the state and the defense will have the opportunity to present them. I ask that you listen
Okay,
closely.
but
to
now
those
that my
statements that they're
screen
going to
just
provide.
is moving
Remember, these are
slow
not
as hell.
This is just the
Stop
parties believe
screen
what the fact
sharing
evidence
is
will show in this
still
case.
up.
At the conclusion of the opening statements, we'll begin with the state's case in chief through witnesses. With that, Mr. Jay, you may proceed, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evidence is case to show you that this defendant did beforehand for recordings in this case. She was able to do this because at the time of this, she only weighed 150 pounds. She did this.
The proof I would put the suitcase up, but my screen frozen. And I
Are you breaking up or is it me? I saw the suitcase. Just put a picture up.
I did. It could be me here. I don't know anymore.
This defense judgment, you sir, you see here.
Okay, something is going on. I gotta drop down and come back.
from a video that began 3rd, 2020 in Orange County, Florida. There's a suitcase on the ground, face down, with the zippers facing the floor. You will hear, Sarah. The defendant will say, for everything you've done to me. Sarah. For everything you've done to me. Sarah. Fuck you. And then the defendant laughs.
He
Sarah.
sure did.
Fuck you. And the defendant laughs. Sarah. Stupid. Sarah. That's my name. Don't wear it out. Sarah. I can't fucking breathe, baby. Seriously. Yeah. That's what you do when you choke me. Sarah. 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 The defendant laughs again. Sarah, I can't breathe, babe. She laughed again. That's you. Sarah, I can't breathe. She laughed again. Unintelligible words. And I would submit the evidence can show because of the intoxication from alcohol is the next thing he says. Sarah, Sarah.
Okay, y'all. Okay. See, this is what I did. I'm moving funny. Okay, this is what I did. I unplugged everything. Yeah. I unplugged the small box and went and got the big box. See, this, hold on. Let me see. I'll show y'all this regular. This little motherfucker here ain't doing nothing. This the small one. This is the one that keeps getting me kicked off. This little satellite dish looking thing. So I went and got the big one and I plugged it direct. I'm plugged in. I'm gonna see if it's any different. If not, we're going back to the audio. Give me a second. What am I? 122. Let's see. Let's see what the motherboard box do. It didn't take long to reboot it all, though. That was pretty quick. Okay, hold on.
There's a second 22-second video, and it's the defendant zooming in on the suitcase. And all you hear during this 12 p.m. How did we get to this point where
103-pound George Flores in this suitcase. Well, next morning, the defendant wakes up late morning, practically afternoon, somewhere in this time, step up. And she goes downstairs and we see Flores. And eventually realizes the first thing she does after taking him out is scrutiny by the defendant saying, they don't like someone she makes that statement. And prior to the examination, here's her language. She tried to have he's not going to do the chest. Next thing she does is oh, Brian. Grabs up. Richardson. And this day, February 24th, 2020, Monday. No Monday, most people. School day, they thought of the share time. But they got divorced. It was after the weekend, don't go here. And that weekend, we find reasonable. And Monday, the child would be first on those. Maybe Thursdays, the child would be responsible. So February 23rd, 2020 was a Sunday. Now, later in Monday. It's good. And it's trying actually contact the defendant. This is want to confirm she might have met their child after school. And they're in a district liability. So you can be in the owner. Call, and she might call back. Even I told her ideas. Comes over. And she's explaining to him what the heck is going on. He peeked in the front door of her townhouse. He will allow you to be all the way to the back sliding glass door. You're going to get her kitchen, it's off to the right. There's a doorway that leads all the way through. Then on the back side of the kitchen in the front, we put her tables and stuff. There's also some blue legs sticking out in the right. It says, you need to call 911. You got to accept that. Probably outside. So now, after first, call her husband. After that, first waiting for line to come over. The defendant takes time. What you will not hear are tears. You will not hear sorrow. You will hear a certain level of concern. My boyfriend and I were playing last night. Put him in the suitcase, and we were playing hide and seek kind of thing. I fell asleep. Found dead in the suitcase this morning. I don't know what happened. He had blood coming out of his mouth. Don't know if it was an aneurysm. Pulled him out of the suitcase, tried to give him CPR. He was in the suitcase and I fell asleep. He's not awake, he's purple, he's not breathing. There's some instructions about how to do CPR given to her, asking about whether an AED is available to shock his heart. It's too late. He's cold, he's deaf, he's purple. We were playing hide and seek. This is horrible. This is horrific what happened. Like, what happened? We were playing hide and seek last night and I fell asleep. So she mentioned that there was blood coming out of his mouth. And the body, all bodies, he passed from positional expectation, meaning like you're going to get full rest in environmental suffocation. You don't have to have time back over your head. Take a shot of full duct tape, seal out 100%, and work it back into space, keep the environment suffocate. It's close enough. You can get oxygen and CO2 coming out of the environment. But also didn't notice. Yeah. So not for strong. Short space. Now, looking for will help her explain looking for the image moments will help her understand for you all that we understand what.
That audio sucks. It keeps going in and out.
So now, Sheriff's Office.
It don't look like the big bad box doing any better.
You will see here that
Move locations in the house.
I'll see. A few hours later, the detectives from the house like uniform approached her, or interviewed her, doing some initial things. She was grabbing her cell phone, often counterfeits around the suitcase, getting it from her digital phone. Your phone, you know. But if I could give her on the scene from trained detectives versus getting the 911 call taken. But the basics of what the defendant tells them is we had wine, we painted, we drew, we did puzzles. The particular wine we had was a Chardonnay from the Woodbridge winery. The bottles, plural, are in the trash. We started about 4 p.m. after Mr. Torres went to the store. Puzzles, art, listening to music, enjoying each other's company. We were just literally just enjoying one description she is saying is 1 bottle of wine plus a fraction of a bottle of wine left over from the night before. Ladies and gentlemen, not all bottles of wine are made the same. Many of us may envision what you would expect of a restaurant. Those are $7.50 that. Bottles of wine that were recovered from defendants the equivalent of 2 standard bottles of wine. A 1.5 liter bottle of wine is 50 ounces. You can have a standard serving of wine is 5 ounces. You can begin to do that. And receipts. The day before, Saturday, February 22nd, 2020, there is a receipt from Publix for a bottle of Woodbridge wine for $9.74. And then Sunday at 12:17 p.m., there is another receipt for $9.74 for a Woodbridge Chardonnay bottle of wine. And then at about 5:30 in the afternoon on February 23rd, again, there is another receipt for the same bottle of wine for the same price. And those 2 bottles of wine were recovered. They're going to be produced to you in evidence, and you will see that they are in fact Magnum bottles of wine. So
the big bottle,
that's the context that we're dealing with.
Magnum just is the ones you use when you win a championship game.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's 2 1.5 liters that apparently were consumed. But
Okay, I'm trying this again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying. Let's see here. Is it? This isn't responding. Wait or exit page.
I, a 103-pound man, and the defendant who is in the same weight class. Plus, if you day, any additional wine that was remaining from 1.5 liters from Saturday. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a lot of wine. So in that context, we were just having wine, enjoying each other's company. At one point, we played hide and seek. She says she didn't zip it up all the way. There was enough room, in her words again, there was enough room for his little fingers to get out. We were still having a good time and whatever. And basically, you know, Mr. Torres is stressing out about jobs, his ex-wife, about money. And so they're just doing puzzles and doing things to keep his mind off of it. Doing art. She went up to the shower and then got tired of hanging out in the shower and came down, and that's when she found him playing around with the suitcase. We both thought it was funny. I'm going to zip you up. 2 little fingers could stick out. And she went upstairs thinking, he'll get out. We're going to have sex and go to sleep and call it a day. It was a good day.
He insists that they had wine, but we're not drunk. You will be able to assess that for yourselves when you hear me. No ill will between us last night.
Can y'all hear that? Can you hear?
I heard it. I heard it. Can you hear me?
Plus, if you believe that
Right.
the defendant and the deceased
Trey.
Oh, it's
ladies and gentlemen, that's a lot of wine.
though. I'm not even on Wi-Fi. I'm plugged straight into the cable. In the box.
Shower and then got tired of hanging out in the shower and came down, and that's when she found him. Thought it was funny. I'm going to zip you up. Two little fingers could stick out. And she went upstairs thinking, he'll get out. Gonna have sex and go to sleep and call it a day. It was a good day. She insists that they had but had
Oh,
never
shit.
one another shut before.
Y'all, my bad. I had my damn mic muted the whole time. Son of a
Gives
bitch.
another interview on February 25th, now Tuesday.
Crazy.
She doesn't describe past instances of violence. You're going to hear about that. She's going to say, Mr. Torres had hit her with a curtain rod about a month ago. Since then, though, like, we've been good. I've been good. She describes it. He comes at him. I comes at her all the time. He comes at me. So it's either I flee or I try to go upstairs to go to sleep. That's usually what it is. I don't know if you talk to Brian, her husband, about any of that, but most of the time I flee and I go over there. There's a discussion about why she stays with him, and you'll hear that for yourself. She'll say that she doesn't really want to drink. She just takes an occasional drink. She drinks to placate him, Mr. Torres. She says that you're going to see phone videos of Mr. Torres smashing her TV in the past, like a month earlier. You may see that too. But she doesn't get drunk. When she drinks, she likes being non-compos mentis, her words, not mine, having her wits about herself. Then she gets to the hide and seek again and describes that they played it 3 times before, but had never zipped one another shut before. And they were really run out of places to hide because it's just a town home. She does not remember.
No, it is technical issues. Every time I screen share, all of a sudden the Wi-Fi signal gets weak.
Would you like to see it?
Even though I'm plugged directly into the modem.
I flipped them over. And that's where it was. God, this is killing me right now. That's why I flipped it over between the 2 videos. I didn't do anything intentional.
I'm disappointed.
Discussion over whether he had tooth or enough room to get any of his fingers out from the zipper. My intention was not to leave him there. We both got in there. Both of us were in there. When she went upstairs, my plan was not
I got to figure something out before the morning.
My plan wasn't to leave him in the suitcase. What is all this going on? It's the drinking. That's what it is. It's the drinking. I thought it was okay. That's how we were with each other. Nobody understands our relationship. This whole suitcase thing never happened before. So she described it happened. I'll let him drink alcohol again. She insists that she has no injuries on her. And you don't have to take her word for it because they took photographs of her and there were no injuries on her. She insists over and over that there was no violence.
Son of a bitch. Give me a second. Whole team shining, we stars, big dipping. Get a lot of haystack gang in the sip. Niggas ain't real, nigga. You gotta feel me, nigga. Smile in my face behind my back, you trying to kill me, nigga. You say you got beef, then what you wanna do? You screaming, fuck me, nah, nigga, fuck you. You ain't hard at me. Couple kick dough, couple robberies. Nigga get extorted, get aborted, he don't pay the fee. Posted in the north, got the 2 to 4 recipe. I be cooking chicken bit, not talking rotisserie. I got all my hater man, I know that they sick of me. Who the fuck he think he is, motherfucker MP3? I honestly pay him no attention. They up under me. Haters call me Visa cause I'm everywhere they wanna be. Ladies, man, catch me with more honeys than a bumblebee. Say she got a husband, but she always wanna suck the D. State gang, true sipper, who these niggas wanna be. I've been getting money since a younger. I've been pushing peace, stay strapped. Gotta watch your back when you're in the streets. Friends turn to foes, never know who your enemy. I was in Detroit, he ain't keep the same energy. West side down the slide, I don't think he feeling me. I was on some demon time, nigga talking about killing me. There no business, let's see all that shit that you gon' do to me. Come outside, why you scared? I thought that you been a G. We don't bluff, we pulling up, we different down in Tennessee. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the gun locked. Green and white square, been serving them on the same block. Dime piece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 o'clock. If it really fitted, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white square, been serving them on the same block. Dime piece with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. I got an old school bitch, call her Aretha. Shawty so fine, shawty she a keeper. Smoke that reefer, preferred by the quarter. I do this for my kids, my sons and my daughter. Get treated like a king. Hoes call me sire. One look like Lotto, the other look like Maya. My plug, he ain't playing, he only talking the numbers. I cop it, whip it, and ship it. My money coming in bundles. Different flavors of kush, orange, grape, and apple. If a nigga trap me, it's gonna be a disaster. Dope money and bitches, pimp robbers and snitches. It's all in my hood. My homies say that I'm gifted, I really can't complain. Shit's starting to change, a product of my environment. Tell me who can I blame? Neck like a glacier, Bought my shawty a bracelet. Money go get her, that's why these niggas be hating. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 shot. Mitchell really fitted, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white squares, been serving them on the same block. Bad beast with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 shot. Mitchell really fitted, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white squares, been serving them on the same block. Bad beast with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 shot. Mitchell really fitted, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white squares, been serving them on the same block. Bad beast with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Riding through the city, I'm with it, I got my 9 shot. If it really fit it, let's get it, I got the game locked. Green and white squares, been serving, I'm on the same block. Bad beast with me, she foreign, she come from Bangkok. Whole team shadowy stars, big dipper. Get a lot of haystack gang in the city. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so with the business. Nigga talking reckless, shoot this bitch ass with the quickness. Now he bleeding, sorry, baby, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 limp biscuit. All my niggas wildin', they done labeled us a misfit. Wake up every morning, 2 or 3, 5 in the tidbit. Oh shit, did nobody come to see you old? It's some focus. Shoot 100 shots, no reloaded. Master of the game, you would think I'm into coded. Memphis niggas spit this pippin', mackin' like I'm golden. Ho, with my money, you gon' turn me to the old me. Say hi, first class flight, I'm in the nosebleed. Copy, cooking, whipping, shipping, till you count the proceeds. OG, I've been moving back niggas since 03. Low key, niggas hating, but they don't want no beef. State gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we gon' eat. Get jammed, get a lawyer, make it bunny, don't speak. Pour up, I need some more. A nigga had a long week. Shout out to my plug, he showed me love, he out in Long Beach. I'm true geek, walking by myself but left with 2 freaks. Ooh wee, nothing in they mouth and on they booty. Austin Power swag, yeah baby, this is groovy. You can call me money boy or you can call me nudie. Hood niggas, churches, chicken, let me get a 2-piece. Top down, 2-seater, let me feel the 2 breathe. Gotta hold it steady, chopper, kick it back like Bruce Lee. Lately I've been in the zone, I guess I'm in my 2-3. Don't call my phone for nothing less than a QP. Feeling like the Migos, cause my bitch is bad and bougie. All my haters love me, all these bitches just some groupies. Came a long way, I like to introduce the new me. Standing on business like I'm king or like I'm Drewski. Call me Run Island cause I like my love for choosy. When we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suitcase. Call me Run Island cause I love my love for choosy. When we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suitcase. My feet up, my feet up, my feet up.
The trap, I'm doing me. Hey, yo, keep back with my feet up in the trap, I'm doing me.
My feet up,
I'm doing me.
my feet up.
Hey, yo, keep back with my feet up in the trap, I'm doing me. Keep my distance from these suckers, I can't let them ruin me. Drug dealer, pimps and hustlers, they the ones influence me. 13 jumped off the porch with drugs, is influence me. Hey, yo, keep back with my feet up, keep back with my feet up. Keep back with my feet up in the trap, I'm doing me. Hey, yo, keep back with my feet up, keep back with my feet up. Drug dealer, pimps and hustlers, they the ones influence me. Way to work naked like a skinny dipping, no crosses needed for this crucifixion. Fold out, couple screws missing, paranoid believing superstition. No baby in the river fishing, need a stove, what a nearest kitchen. Without a diamond still shine glisten. Sell around so everybody itching, falling strong, trying for a mission. Mathematics, simple addition. Bad luck like a bad kid, one of the few still around street, no matter what. Never act different, no GPS, but they back tripping. Money cup, guess I'm back sipping like Jason Kidd, I guess I'm back a hey, yo, keep back with my feet up in the trap, I'm doing me. Keep my distance from these suckers, I can't let them ruin me. Drug dealer, pimps and hustlers, they the ones influence me. 13 jumped off the porch with drug deals and truants. Hey, yo, keep back with my feet up, keep back with my feet up. Keep back with my feet up, in the trap, I'm doing me. Hey, yo, keep back with my feet up, keep back with my feet up. Drug dealer, pimps and hustlers, they the ones influence me.
I was riding the tourist dreaming of a rape. Got another little bun, then another K. Go by the Escalade, pop by the K. Back cabin with a juice at a Timberlake. Real reach at a rally, it's a murder 8. Walk home, go watch step with a 8. I'm a star cloud 9, I'm an Alice Bay. Roll run the show, money, get a steady stay. Glad brother finna kill, Adam on the way. Riding 36, 9 present OJ. I was counting money way back in 08. 7 name, money boy trade. HD lifestyle, I'm in 4K. 4 clips, 2 rock, cone, 8K. Being legal, I carry 34 state. Sick and tired of it, gotta
Hey, yo, keep back with my feet up in the trap, I'm doing me. Keep my distance from these suckers, I can't let them ruin me. Drug dealer, pimps and hustlers, they the ones influence me. 13 jumped off the porch with drug deals and truants. Hey, yo, keep back with my feet up, keep back with my feet up. Keep back with my feet up in the trap, I'm doing me. Hey, yo, keep back with my feet up, keep back with my feet up. Drug dealer, pimps and hustlers, they the ones influence me. Hey, yo, keep back with my feet up in the trap, I'm doing me. Keep my distance from these suckers, I can't let them ruin me. Drug dealer, pimps and hustlers, they the ones influence me. 13 jumped off the porch with drug deals and truants. Hey, yo, keep back with my feet up, keep back with my feet up. Keep back with my feet up in the trap, I'm doing me. Hey, yo, keep back with my feet up, keep back with my feet up. Drug dealer, pimps and hustlers, they the ones influence me.
I said I'm still here. I didn't hang up.
Yeah, I heard you. You said that.
You good?
It's like, okay, we're in a good place right now.
Yeah, I'm okay. My mama and my brother getting on my damn nerve. That's what's going. They getting on my nerves. They won't stop calling me.
Would you calm down?
They just worse than as hell today. Like, how many times we gonna talk about the same goddamn thing? Send this,
Trey,
send this, send that. Shouldn't have took your ass to Texas.
Huh?
Okay, I'm better. Nah, my mama done moved to Texas and she worse than as hell.
What? You better calm down when it comes to my deal.
No, because that she worse than the holidays coming up, and that she going through being lonely and shit and want clothes and shit sent and just I mean, what the hell? And money and she's just getting on my nerves.
Boo-hoo, Trey, boo-hoo, you got to deal with it. Now stop it.
She too old for this shit.
Well, now you're old today.
Who the fuck moves out of the? This lady ain't never. This lady ain't talking about me. I'm talking about her. This lady ain't. She didn't travel a lot, but she ain't never moved. She wait till she and her damn near 80 to goddamn it move.
Well, you know, she living her best
I think
life.
she was running from us.
She
I
might
think
be
she was
right.
running from us. I don't care though.
She might be.
What do
She
you mean
might be
for me?
right.
It's two of us in
No, she's running
Silverburn,
from
baby.
you.
It won't be just me.
She running from you.
Nah.
I
I'm
wish you
trying
would
to
stop
wait.
playing.
I'm trying to
I
get him
really
a 3-minute buffer to make sure they don't call the fuck back. Now I'm just saying, cause they ain't give a damn that I said I was live or nothing. They just like, fuck what you got going on, nigga. Listen,
do family members ever. They
I could
don't care
just throw
nothing
the
about us.
whole live away.
They ain't listen. They don't care about us being live. They don't. They don't respect our gangster.
They ass need to be sleep any damn way.
Well, hell, you ain't sleep. So what you mean?
I'm the baby. Of course I'm not asleep. I'm younger than everybody.
Lord have
Youngest
mercy.
person in the chat right now. Youngest person in the chat right now. You hear me?
Stop crying.
I am.
Boo-hoo.
I'm not. I think I'm ready to get back to listening to Sarah Boone, though. Even though I'm disappointed in this every time I screen share that the Wi-Fi thing just pop up. You know how the little StreamYard, that little bar thing pop up in the corner?
Absolutely. It's StreamYard. StreamYard be doing that, man.
Did you see it's fine right now? As long as I'm doing audio, I ain't got no problem. I cut the camera on, no problem. Screen sharing is a damn issue.
That's
You
how
know
I
what
used
I'm
to
gonna
get
try.
me. That's how I used to get me. All right, I'm on break. I'll be back.
Ask her about saying fuck you to Mr. Torres. Well, that's just being playful. You're having a good day. Everybody's having a good day. I didn't touch him, nor did he touch me. Her words.
We're gonna do like a 4-hour jet since
What else? There's a conversation between Mr. Torres'
I
brother.
had a
And
lot
again,
of fucking issues.
nobody knows who's using these phones at the time. Text messages sent in the you're going to see. But it's indicated that there's a communication between one of the decedent's brothers and the owner of the phone that was taken that belongs to Ms. Boone. The text from the brothers: yo, my daughter told me what you did, Sarah. I don't want you around any of my daughters or nieces, nephews. And that's Christmas 2019, just under 2 months before this event. She replied, for the person using her device at this time, your quote unquote get me in the face. Next text is, hide and seek, I shout. She described it on January 13th in a text to Mo, the brother again. It's a Torres thing. Who sends a picture? Keep the fugly creep out too. It's still fugly. Lose. The brother responds, please do something with your Sarah. God bless you. The defendant's response, let you and all of you too get, in all capitals, rid of him. Then it'll be, in all capitals, get of Torres, referring to Mr. Torres, getting rid of.
See, a cold piece of work, I tell you, cold piece of work.
And that's the case.
First she was late, now she on the break, says Melissa. That rhymed.
Wait a minute. Hold on. How long? What?
Hold on. Melissa said, and I quote, first she was late, Now she on the break.
Sweet baby
I think
Jesus.
Jesus is behind it.
Okay, Melissa. I see you, Melissa. I see you.
This how I'm looking at Truth talking about she on the break. Nigga. Already. All the fuck ready.
You kind of work on break. You kind of work on break. Trey, don't do me. Don't do me.
Yeah, this has been a fucked up live stream. I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna have this in members only. I don't like this one.
Puff
Yeah, I'm
pass.
still
Puff
sick and shit. I ain't
pass.
smoking. I'm not smoking. You don't see no damn smoke. I ain't
I
smoking.
know, but maybe
Just
maybe it's delayed. It's kind of delayed.
Go eat some cabbage or something. How about that?
See, that was a low blow. Now that was a low blow.
Go eat cabbage.
Oh, I gotta post my dinner. I forgot to post my dinner.
We shall not enter without permission and invitation. Halloween in my 13 days. Part of vampire wars. Incarnation.
This prosecutor is not going
to the defense. After these couple of years. And after coming by this room, never back me. You're nothing small down. She ran us home. You're going to be here. Tonight. The defendant, the team for us. He's captain of the phone. I confirm. The first time in the life of every time. He made her girl up in the position on her own porch for 4 hours. She's only able to escape this situation when he felt late. I'm here. And Mr. Torres is an alcoholic. I expect him to be here. These guys are war. What alcohol is a 3 or 2 months. You have to get across. This is a man with serious alcohol problems. And I expect you're going to be here. Despite that first date, it isn't going to tie some other things that I expect. Despite that first date, despite that time of this first date, not having a relationship or the things that come along with a relationship that make part of a proper relationship. It's one thing about that first date, it's another thing that is sometimes. Despite that first date, there's a balance. Yeah. Having dates that are, but and it just typically ends up probably about 7 years that you said, it's one thing about it. That's the duty for a cigarette. Before it goes out and they just things like that. You're doing here, and you can see, yes, there were injuries that the defendant is going to contribute to the victim causing. Blackout. After the face, after the purpose, is the intention place that you have to go back on this. Lay here. Sadly, the left. Which is perhaps try to sort by around that. But nonetheless, I suspect when you see a lot of doctors, and at the end, it is curse. The days might have the opportunity to take leave before in this room, the defendant, I'm not thinking of it right now. It's all comes to fruit. It moves on the tree. All of the evidence. Then apply whether or not these happens to have any. Like a home sector. Walk everybody through this group label for the defendant in the relationship. I expect the chance you may hear from some experts. Policies like this, without awesome. State, challenging anyway, that was awesome. This, well, right, that's the expert to tell you all about. Not to, you know, but there's some things that we hope to take into consideration. One is that not actually recognize that diagnosis in the Bible. They use mental health called PTSD and black diagnostics, decision making, or certain trial. What it is, what they describe is kind of a component of post-traumatic stress. But because it's not actually in the book, it's like a recipe book. It's like our books. You go in this book and they have a particular disorder diagnosis. It needs these three elements, like elements of crime. Some of these elements have to be prevalent for a certain amount of time, as long as over. And that's still to be present for that. But because there's no, it's not in the book. Some disagreement about what you need to be experts in the time of your knowledge, even down generation about the crime. But what I expect here is, you know, it's important that you don't have experience in these relationships that are violent to understand the control that can be exerted over the part of isolation, psychological violence, emotional violence, physical violence, sexual violence, like I said, we describe it really well.
This nigga opening statements long as hell.
And what it ties into, we talk about this through substance. There's this help that this is to help you understand what objective and reasonable person in the circumstances, which is because years ago, when you found that in society, this is something the question of people why don't you leave? That's how explain those things to people. Well, it's not that easy. You gotta look at what's going on in the relationship, isolation, control, so on and so forth. And that's why we leave. Now, returning to the fast bar case, when you're doing this on a fast bar, is ordinary, objective, reasonable person in those circumstances can react and make it itself. That's what we, it's not used for explaining the objective. What you will also hear about this is just like any expert, if a home's got work, if they go with the person who's trying to sell the house, what they say about shape, every wire the entire thing, brand new JDC pipes, this is good to go. You're not going to take that home starting to work, let's say. If the hood, big tires, and all the things in the box, you part that. One expert to get a wild information that is no information 13 months.
He getting low. Expert opinion.
All these things not a problem information particularly
Why I say Ethernet 3 connect?
Doesn't mean that it's not going to be fun. Some people go home and buy like $100. That's just their day. They get their life find another thing. So just because you hear about those things, but yeah, you don't need it necessarily. This is testimony we'll talk later about what you rely on to make it. We'll talk about some of the things you get. But at the end of the day, after you hear all the evidence in this case, particularly straight from the horse's mouth, the video, you don't have to rely on credibility other than your own two eyes and ears. Jason, you're going to try to get that's going to show that Mr. Torres, not the evidence to show an objective, reasonable person for service.
I hate they might go low.
Open remarks by the defense.
Judge, I can invoke the rule.
I've already advised the witnesses. Okay, the rule sequence will be invoked. Thank you. You may proceed, sir. I'll introduce you. My name is James Owens. Focuses on these things. She's just Sarah Boone and as you did. Their life centered around alcohol. They suffered from syndrome. As codependent as you can be towards each other. And you're going to learn that George Torres physically abused Sarah Boone. And she suffered from the effects, the psychological effects that one suffers from repeat violence from an intimate partner. They were together over 3 years. And there were several prior incidences. There were incidences where police were called and took photographs. So you're going to be able to see the evidence. And we believe the court will instruct you at the end when you're considering self-defense, which we call justifiable use of non-deadly force or justifiable use of deadly force, that you can consider. Is that in considering her set of circumstances that she was faced with in making the decision to use reasonable force under the circumstances.
Reasonable force? She trapped a nigga in a suitcase. What the fuck?
There's two sides to every story. You're going to hear the state's side, attempting to paint her a certain way, as they've done here today. And you're going to have to weigh that. All the videotapes.
Okay, let's see what we get.
2020, the date of this event. This case has been pending for some time. Here we are, October of 2024.
Yeah, it's yeah, I'm gonna have to stop playing with it while I'm live because it just ain't fucking with me. It just now it said it's a problem. Stream yards, yada 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 yada. Oh, see, I had to cut it up to see how bad it was fucking up when the screen sharing was playing. It's hating on me, G. It's hating.
Now let's talk about this day, February 23rd of 2020, the day of this event. This case has been pending for some time.
The baked tater was for dinner. You had a baked tater, Juicy?
I think the evidence is going to show that they had purchased the wine the day before. That they had
I can't believe this man said she used appropriate force.
Many times that's how they start the day. At some point,
And he was in a suitcase.
From Publix. And where they live.
This is crazy work.
From their apartment. They took their car and rode over there. So you're going to see a videotape from Publix and them going in the store about noon. And they come out here and these large bottles of the wine. And then, of course, there's a receipt. And you have the bottles are in the garbage can. Of course, there obviously is an attraction between the two. And as everybody knows, couples can have great times when things click, everybody gets along, and then we can have episodes of disagreement. And how will they resolve? Really, that's what this is about. How will this be resolved? But George was very jealous of Sarah. You're going to hear the testimony about that. And that he cannot, in certain situations, can be very funny. But when his level of intoxication gets to a certain level, is when he gets sad, moody, and a lot of times eventually it can involve forcible sex with Sarah Boone or actual physical violence. They bought the wine. It's a simple life. They don't have much money, but they both like art. They did that for a while. They both like puzzles. They did that for a while. Well, about 5 or so, the wine bottle was gone. And George had said, I want to go get some cigarettes. So there's a convenience store right close by their apartment complex. And so just walk up and get cigarettes in the back. But no, what he did was he got her keys, he got her debit card, and he went over to the Publix and got another one. I think that was about 5, I think. And again, there'll be a Publix video showing her going in and going out, and the receipt. The purchase of that bottle, and go through that bottle. We'll get the other one. Well, when he comes in with the second bottle, Sarah, this is not good. She knows this means he's going to get to another level of the competition. So Sarah's going to attempts to placate him, keep him busy, keep him in a good mood. They drink that bottle, but she drinks as well. And at some point, they're intoxicated. At a high level. As some people do when they're drunk, they get silly. And they decide to play a game of hide and seek. She goes upstairs, their bedroom's upstairs, to the shower and waits for a period of time. And he doesn't come to her. At some point, she gets cold, she gets tired. She wants to see, we got it mixed up.
If you know he hiding in the suitcase and you help him get in the suitcase, how is it still hide and go seek?
They were putting some items in it. And it's a broken down suitcase, it's a orange suitcase. They both weigh about 100. And they don't eat it. Now nourished, orange. But the pull handle is broken off. And they attach a little more paper clip. It's got the broken away. That's it. When she comes down the steps, she sees him getting in and settling in the suitcase. So she walks over there and they see each other, they smile and laugh, and she zips him up. And she zips him up and they laugh for a while. And they carry on, he sits on a couch. And at some point he says, I can't breathe. Now, his face is facing the zipper, and she's got 2 or 3 inches that she's opened it. And she doesn't know, they're intoxicated. She doesn't know whether he's just saying that to try to get him out. What?
It don't matter.
But he's a captive.
Motherfucker, it's a game of hide and go seek. That motherfucker, how long is it supposed to last? Whether he was just saying it to get out or not, let him out. It's a damn game. So because she felt like he hadn't been in there long enough and she didn't get to count to 20, that she shouldn't let him out? Is this really what you say? Guilty. Guilty, guilty, guilty.
Physically, they're the same size, but he's much stronger than him. If they got in a fist fight, he would win 100 times out of 100. But she's got him down, claims he can't get him. He has to sit in this. It's a unique form of physical restraint. And so she lets him have it. Says things she shouldn't say. You'll see the video, it's about 2 minutes long. She videotapes. She sits on the couch and turns her phone on and videotapes for about 2 minutes.
The way her feet turned in is
There's
crazy.
another video. It's approximately 11 minutes long. The first video, George is.
Then she wearing all black like she grieving.
11 minutes later, Sarah is lifted right side up. Again, open for him to get up. And it's only 22 seconds. And you hear George say Sarah. And that's it. Now,
What?
That 11 minutes.
Snow Cold, you bullshitting. She turned down a 6-year deal. That's like manslaughter. She's stupid. She finna get life. Well, yeah, she don't get life. I'm sorry. Nobody can see all this evidence and think that she didn't intentionally try to murder him, although she said 1,000,001 times in her interrogation. Unintentionally, she turned down a 6-year. This trial, this case happened 2 years ago. Like the interrogation video was from 2 years ago. So she would have had 2 years of time served already had she took the deal.
And what happened during that 11 minutes? Okay? That is the key to this case. Sarah Boone will take a stand. She will explain what happened. She will explain why. The evidence will show that she was justified.
She can't explain it. Fuck her talking about getting beat and all that shit. She said they was having a great day. Now I noticed you said when she saw him open the second bottle, she knew it was some fuck shit finna go on. But she specifically said a lot of times in that interrogation that, nah, we had a beautiful day. He ain't put his hands on me. I didn't put my hands on him. So, yeah.
And the action she took to prevent an attack of George Floyd, which the law acknowledges that every one of us has a right to invoke the right of self-defense. You can hear from the medical examiner. He is going to tell you about some bruising on George's forehead. Of course, he was in a suitcase a while, deceased in Boone. And that changes things a little bit. The medical examiner will explain there's some bruising. Sarah's going to explain that to you. Why that happened? What were the circumstances surrounding it? Involving that. Her son comes and stays with her. From time to time, he has his own room. He had several of his things there. Yeah, there's a bat. Downstairs. The same bat that George Torres used, and there's a video where George is threatening it. And he's swinging the bat to the TV about as hard as he can. And he does it about 6 or 7 times. You see it. Sarah's pointing. And it's during an argument. And he's trying to hit him. Sarah loves him. You know, you're going to hear why women don't leave. Why women don't leave. And you're going to hear about Sarah Boone and her struggles, her mental health struggles. Sarah had no prosecutor, she wanted it. Honestly, she loved it. She hated the news. She couldn't believe it. She tried. She tried taking him out 6 or 7 times. He kept coming back. She changed the locks. He kept coming back. She didn't have the She didn't have support. She was weak. Vulnerable. You're going to hear it all. You got to take it all into account to try to understand what happened and the circumstances surrounding this tumultuous relationship. Now you're going to find that Sarah's not perfect. And you know, she goes, as many of us do when we drink too much, and you sleep in. She slept in. 11, 12, 1, somewhere around there. She moses downstairs looking for George. She was on the computer looking for a job. She looked outside, lays out, smoking a cigarette, and she sees the suitcase. She unzips it. She gets him out. He's purple. She tries her best to do some CPR. She freaks out. The only family she's got is Richardson. Really. He relies on him. As the prosecutor said, a lot of times she flew to her ex-husband's house. And where her son is at. Because the only thing she knows to do, she's kind of sheltered daughter when she was younger.
He trying his best.
She's not moral.
I guess that's what you pay the money for.
Brian, what do I do? He said, no, please come over. He's about 5 minutes away. And she calls him again within a couple minutes. Yeah, a long way. He gets there, he walks in the foyer and sees his legs. So she called 911. She calls 911 and then to Detective Rodriguez arrives, we have the body cam, so it's recorded. You're gonna hear Sarah talking. And Sarah's freaking out. Sarah's thinking that I'm somehow responsible. Eventually, she gives a statement. She gives one to Detective or Deputy Rodriguez. Well, she's not the homicide. She just responds. She's the first responder. And they know what to do. They try to assess the situation. They start putting the tape out, and then they call for the homicide investigator. Which takes a little time. So she gets a statement from Sarah. Eventually, the homicide detectives get a statement from Sarah and one of the unmarked squad cars. And it's reported. They do that. And then the next day, they take Sarah's phone. Sarah gets on the phone, because son's at the phone. Take it to, they have a phone extraction people at church. They got all the data, all the phone calls, text messages, photographs, videos, and they find this new video. Sarah's not aware, she doesn't remember making the video. You can imagine. She gives the phone. Well, she makes no attempts to do anything other than, here's the phone. So they tell me, you're gonna get your phone back tomorrow, we'll bring it back to you. Well, they end up having a conversation with the detective, one of the house, Chelsea Council. And they end up, Deputy Council's pregnant, the Deputy Council's pregnant, so you know, hey, when I'm bringing it on, I'm not feeling good, can you come to sheriff's office? Everything was telling me that was what I was doing. That's what they told me. I was going to church park. Well, instead, it was an interrogation. And they were going to arrest. They made their money. And they were going to confront, try to get it to confess. They were going to do it. And so there's approximately a 2-hour interrogation that was on the 25th. After the when she got there, they were calling me, said, well, we got to come up here. They need to talk. And they got her in the room, it's a small room that's being videotaped and audio taped. And it goes on for about 2 hours of them trying to get a confession to murder. And it doesn't happen. But Sarah lies. She's scared, she can tell they're trying to pin her on this. This was some kind of intentional act. And it was not. So she lies. She's not a lawyer. She doesn't know about it. So she doesn't understand. She has a lawful right to defend. She doesn't understand that she's justified in using the force that she used. She doesn't. I wasn't there. True enough. No lawyer was there. So she lied. And you didn't hear it. So you have to balance that versus who's taking the stand. It doesn't come. And we simply ask that we look for the evidence support of her testimony. It's going to be later, probably next week. The judges will tell you in written instruction on evaluating witnesses critical, and we'll talk about the law. Some evidence is consistent with the testimony. So you have to weigh that in her testimony. Now, self-defense, we talked about it in jury selection, usually a gun, some deadly weapon. The suitcase in this case was a physical restraint or a blocking of an attack. It was unconventional. Self-defense, nonetheless. Now, as I said, the struggles that occurred, many of them involve police. So you're going to actually hear from some of the police officers. Maybe some body cam footage. You're going to see some photographs they took of the injuries to Sarah Boone. And some of the videos you might see her in a very happy, joyful type of thing. Well, number one, she's intoxicated. Number two, she's safe. Reasonable. So her attitude is not one of this. No, we're here today. It's full, packed courtroom. The training's here, but you're the most important people because you got to decide this case honestly, fairly, and according to the law. And we talked about the two biggest principles in the Constitution. In this case, and in every case in which a citizen like Sarah Boone is brought into a courtroom and accused of a crime. The first is, you as a juror must presume or believe that Sarah is innocent. And that belief stays with you throughout the entire time. Because of that, she doesn't have to prove anything. That's why the state went first in jury selection. That's why the state went first today. That's why the state will go first today on their case. They have the burden of proof. And it's the highest burden we recognize in any type of litigation in this country. Proof beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. You are going to have doubts about this case. But the most important thing is not to rush the judge, but keep an open mind and understand there's two sides to this case. There's side and there's us. So you can't only fix opinions early on. That's hard to do, as Mr. Henderson said during jury selection. That's extremely hard to do. Now you're going to hit some testimony. Just to mention this. Battered women's experiences affect her perception of entertaining. Madam Gwyneth's experiences affect her perception of entertaining. Victims of repeat violence may fear death in a situation others would not. After hearing both sides of this case, we're confident you're going to have a reasonable night. I'm going to ask you to follow along.
Nah, I ain't buying what he's selling, G.
And find Sarah Lynn not guilty. Because it's the right thing.
Yes, sir. The first person, moment.
True.
Wait.
Hold on. Don't feel bad. I'm eating salad. Don't feel bad. Wait.
Oh, I had a salad today, so I don't. Why you trying? What? Let me see. Oh, hold on. Let me see.
No, I don't think it's gonna get him that good. It's a regular salad.
Why is you eat this time of night, Trey? It's 11 o'clock at night. This is ridiculous.
Because I'm fat. But at least I'm eating healthy.
And yeah, at least it ain't no piece or some shit of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
See, you thought you was gonna get me with that one. Nope. Mm-mm.
No, I was saying you ain't alone on your cabbage diet.
Shut up. That's not cabbage.
I got some type of purple shit in here. I don't
Oh,
even
that's
eat
purple.
radish, but I see
That's
radish
purple
in here
lettuce.
too.
That's purple. It's called a purple lettuce.
There's some radishes in here too, but I got so much seasoned dressing on it, I can't taste it. Oh, you know what? It's too many of them bitches in there. I'm good. I'm gonna check them out.
Take a call.
Grayson gave my chicken wings a 10 out of 10 yesterday. I felt accomplished.
She was just hungry, that's all.
Probably was, but she liked chicken.
At least it wasn't a chicken tender.
Nope. It was party wings, unfortunately. But I seasoned the shit out their flour, though.
State and spell your name for the record for us, please.
That's good. I didn't even know you knew how to fry chicken.
T-O-R-R-E-S. Thank you, sir.
I'm black, truth. I'm black.
No, sometimes, sir.
Can you tell us how it is
I don't fry it because that's unhealthy. I air fry it.
How many siblings?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I air fry fried chicken. You dip it in the batter and you cook that shit for 40 minutes.
How long has your family resided
Crisp.
here in Central Florida? And before residing in the Central Florida area,
Baby petty
were you guys
food.
in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania?
Yes, sir. In Massachusetts.
Your brother,
Who this
how
nigga?
long, brother George, that,
Oh,
how
this
long
the
did you
guy
talk with him?
who dead brother.
Oh, I think say
Okay, we 2.5 hours into this 8-hour
How
live.
far away did you live from George?
10 minutes. Very close.
Would you see him pretty often?
I'm trying not to go away too much.
Who was George living with at the time that he passed away?
Sarah.
And without getting into many details, what was your relationship like?
We were in a relationship.
Would it be fair to say you didn't get along with her?
Yes.
Back on February 23rd, 2020, did you have an occasion
to talk to your brother on that day.
Yes, sir.
And when you spoke with your brother on that day, did you FaceTime with him or did you speak with him over the phone?
We talked on the phone.
Was that phone to your ear or was that phone?
It was on speaker.
And who was present?
My wife and my 2 kids.
And without telling us,
It was
anything
on
that,
speaker.
George may have said to you, can you tell us what the topic of that conversation was?
We were just talking like we normally did.
He barely speak English.
Yes, sir.
Now, in the background of that conversation on the evening of February
Objection. He ain't no American citizen. He can't speak English, Your Honor.
In the background, yelling.
you recognize her voice?
Yes.
What they got to do with his testimony?
Something about choking.
I just would object if I was the defense because he is an illegal alien.
It wouldn't be no need. It wouldn't even be no need.
Why not, Truth? You want to argue this point? I'm just saying he's an illegal alien. He can't speak the language. Why are we even listening to his testimony?
Is that the brother?
His brother in our, yeah, I know that's his brother in our, but damn.
Trey, you cannot not let somebody testify because they. How do you know that man is illegal?
Because he can't speak the language.
Listen, that don't mean he's illegal. Stop it. You're being a racist. You're being prejudiced.
This man look like he 58 years old. If he been here his whole damn life and don't know how to speak English, he needs to be deported.
That has nothing to do with his testimony. So that man is grieving his brother and he is testifying. Leave him alone. Let him go.
No.
So what's the so the dude that passed, he was Hispanic?
Mm-hmm. Jorge. You know I know niggas a white boy's named Jorge.
I didn't know his name was Jorge. I didn't know his name was Jorge. Jorge. I didn't know that. So yeah.
With a name like Jorge, you can only be one race.
I have another. That's not true. I have another question. So,
what you mean? So wait. So you know an Asian, black.
I know a black man named Jesus.
He stole that from the Mexicans.
Listen, is she claiming battered? Is she a wife or a girlfriend? Girlfriend.
A girlfriend.
So is she claiming that she was battered?
Yep, that's what she's trying to.
That she was battered, but they were saying how she killed him.
Yeah, she was battered throughout the relationship, but not on the night in question. The night in question, she claimed everything was perfect. They ain't had no issues going on.
Okay, great.
But that's kind of confusing though, because he had all types of contusions and bleeding from the mouth.
So let me tell you something. It shouldn't even see. This is when I say, because you know I have a theory about the court system, right? I feel like some cases need to go through. They need to let the wheels of justice turn, and I feel like some cases shouldn't even make it to the courthouse. And this is one of those cases, and I'm gonna tell you why. Two big ass grown ass people in a relationship, a couple playing hide and go seek, and the man gets into a suitcase is asinine. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I don't even know why this is in court. I don't know why this lady.
You know why? I can explain why it's in court. Because once he got in the suitcase, he told the woman he couldn't breathe, and she recorded herself on her cell phone saying, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. This how I feel when you be choking me," and shit of that nature. So he asked to get out several times, and her attorney said, well, she thought he was just saying that to get out, that he couldn't breathe. Okay, let him out then. It's a game, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. She gonna die in jail, Truth.
And they offered her a plea and she didn't take it. Something wrong with that chick, I'm telling you.
A 6-year plea. That's what I'm saying. She would next year she would have been 50% through, ready for parole.
It's ridiculous. What's the taxpayers' money on this crap? We was playing hide and go seek.
Well, they only for that. Well, yeah. I forgot the jewelry picking and all of that. I was about to say,
Let me tell you something. If this case did not go to trial for 2 years, they've been in and out of court. I can guarantee you that. It's a waste of taxpayers' money.
Yeah. Well, it ain't gonna go as long as Young Thug and them and YNW.
Baby, they don't spend $1 billion on Young Thug.
Her shit gonna be over with Friday.
See, that's gonna be but see, this is the thing, Trey. It is going to be a mistrial. You want to bet?
In this one? Or
no, the Young Thug.
Now I think that the judge is determined not to let it go because today she was fussing at the prosecution again and told them, I'm trying to save y'all from having to retry this case and wasting everybody's time for the past 12 to 15 months.
This is the longest. Is this the longest trial in history? I'm gonna look it up.
In Georgia history, I don't know about the world, but in Georgia history, definitely.
My God, today.
They can't figure it out.
They better win it, because if they don't, that man got a major lawsuit. I'm just saying.
Perhaps.
Ridiculous.
10 minutes ago. How did the conversation end? Because she was yelling in the back and just comes in. Did she sound upset? She sounded upset. Did you talk to your brother after that conversation? No, that was the last conversation I had. Have you ever spoken to Sarah since that conversation? Mm-hmm. No further questions.
And cross-examination.
In the beginning, when you started, it's hard for me to hear, but I know you're talking about other siblings, other family members that you can't hear. Could you repeat that for me, please? Here in Orlando, I have one sister and 3 brothers. Sister and 3 brothers? Now, did your brother George Flores, did he ever stay with you at any time? No. Did he ever live with you or any of the, I mean, not you, but any of your other siblings? No. All right, so let's go back to this phone call that we're talking about. That was on February 23rd of 2020, and that phone call was approximately 7:30. Is that correct? Yes, sir. All right. And who called you? He called me. And then y'all were talking. So, and when he called you, did you notice anything about his speech or his voice? No, he was fine. Sounded normal? Yes. Okay. So he wasn't slurring his words or anything like that? No. When he talked or what he talked to you about, could you tell at that time if he had been consuming alcohol? No, because I know what he was doing. Okay. So in your opinion at that time, based on what you heard and what he was talking about, you do not believe he had been drinking alcohol? No.
Sarah didn't drink them big ass bottles by herself.
Now, you said that you heard Sarah. Yes, sir. How did you know it was Sarah? I can tell. You recognized her voice. So you could hear her. Is that correct? Yes. All right. And you've heard Sarah speak before that time. Is that correct? Yes. And you've heard her speak on the phone before that time. Is that correct? And you said that Sarah was yelling. Is that correct, sir? And she was yelling about, he's choking me. Or tell him about choking me. Yes. Okay. During that conversation, and you heard her say that, did you ask your brother, what is she talking about? No, I did not. Did that statement at that time, did that statement surprise you? Not really. You've heard it before? No. Based on Sarah's voice that you heard, was it any indication to you that she had been drinking? No. No. Sir, at some point your brother said he had to go, is that correct? Yes. And
Sarah maintained she wasn't drunk at all.
did he hang up on the conversation? Did he say bye? Did he say bye? Yes. Thank you, sir. Bye. Sir, other than siblings, your mother and father, do they live in this area? Yes. There are times that George would stay with them. Yes, sir.
Boy, he asking these questions slow as hell. Finally.
This would be released.
They getting them in and out.
Actually, we'll keep them subject to recall, Your Honor. Okay. All right, sir. You're released subject to recall by the party. Thank you.
Take a call, Devin Jamro.
Certainly. You can take a seat and please state and spell your name for the record.
My name is Devin Jamro. That's DEVINJAMRO.
You may marshal.
Sir, who do you work for?
I work for Public Supermarkets.
And what is your position with public supermarkets?
I am the assistant store manager.
And at what location?
Currently at a Castleberry location.
Why the fuck is he a
Were you
witness?
at the location on Goldenrod University Boulevard back in February of 2020?
Yes, I was.
Your Honor, which witness was been previously marked location of state's D had been shown to defense?
D's and Delta?
D's and Delta.
Yes, you may.
Sir, I'm showing you it's been marked location of state's D. Could you use these scissors and open this and look at the contents of this package for yourself?
Sure.
Yeah, and they really had him open something up.
Receipts.
Are these receipts evidence of transactions and publics are the main at or near time of each transaction?
They are absolutely made at the time of the transaction.
And is it in the normal course of business that Publix keeps these receipts?
Yes.
And these fairly quickly appear to be receipts from your Publix store?
Yep.
Your Honor, this time I'd like to move was previously been marked identification of state's D into evidence.
Any objections?
No objection?
What was pre-marked as states D will be received into evidence without objection to states 1.
Whatever that meant. The judge sound like the Terminator.
Your Honor, I approach the witness who has been previously marked for identification as State J and shown to the defense.
May.
So I'm going to be marked for identification as Stage J. Can you take a look at this?
Yes.
Do you see your initials on that evidence?
I did.
Did you have an opportunity to look at this apart from the report?
I did, yes.
And tell us, what is that?
This is CCTV footage burned from the camera system at the location.
And at Publix, is it the regular practice of Publix to utilize surveillance cameras?
Yes.
And in the normal course of business, are the videos from those surveillance cameras kept?
Yes.
And are these the cameras taken from February 23rd, 2020? And I believe there's 2 video clips included, one at 12:17 p.m. and another at approximately 5:39 p.m.
Yes.
And they fairly accurately represent the surveillance video that was submitted from Publix to law enforcement in this case.
They do, yes.
Your Honor, this time I'd like to move was previously been marked for identification. It states J with the evidence.
Any objections? No objection. What was pre-marked as states J will be received in evidence without objection as states 2.
And I have no further questions. Please.
Any call for declaration? Can this witness be released?
Yeah.
Thanks, sir. You're released. Thank you. Have a great day. State, you may call your next witness.
State call, show the witness.
Man,
Good morning. Can you state and spell your name for the record for us?
I hate the screen share going. These witnesses look weird.
Morning, ma'am. Can you tell us what it is that you do for a living?
I'm an animal container.
I saw that Snow Crow. I saw that one of her attorneys quit. I didn't know she had 7 more quit though. But I saw she had an attorney quit a year ago.
I answer phones for emergency and emergency medical transfer. Several business.
She a piece of work.
And is it the regular practice of Orange County to record 911 calls?
All I have reported.
And is it the regular
She's a
practice
piece of
of
work.
Orange County to keep records of each of those 911 calls? And those records are made at review,
Day 2 of the Sarah Boone trial was the name.
My bad.
at review of the time of each call, correct?
Yes.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness which has been previously marked for identification that states L has been shown to defense?
May.
Oh, I can't get too close, otherwise it'll fuck with the
States L. Do you
background.
recognize this is?
Strange.
Yes. Not gonna show.
Did you have an opportunity to review this disc prior to your report this morning? And those are your initials on the disc?
Yes.
And does this disc, does it fairly and accurately represent the 911 call that you took in this case on February 24th, 2020 at 12:59 hours?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, I'd like to move was previously been marked for identification that states L into evidence.
Any objections?
Okay.
What was pre-marked as states L will be received with no objection as states 3.
Your Honor, questions?
Any cross-examination?
No, sir.
Can this witness be released?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am.
Damn, that was quick. What the fuck? They called the witness for 3 damn questions to ask her what she did 2 years ago. And she said, I answered the phones in 911. Really? I'll go to next week. Well, as long as they getting them in and out, who am I to complain?
So you may be seated. After you're seated, you can state and spell your name for the record for us.
Battaglia, Vincent, Battaglia.
Thank you. So your name, what?
Good morning, sir. Can you tell us, what it is you do for a living?
Right now I work for an auto parts company.
And where do you live?
New Jersey.
Back on February of 2020, where were you living at that time?
I was living at the Tealwood Apartments in Winter Park, Florida.
And what were you doing at that time, when you were living at Tealwood?
I was enrolled in Full Sail University. I was in school.
When you were living at Tealwood, did you have any roommates?
Yeah, I had one roommate, Brandon.
Relevance.
Yeah.
The defense ain't gonna object to nothing. This is bullshit.
Yeah. Were you neighbors with Sarah Boone and George Schwartz?
Yes.
And approximately how long were you neighbors?
About a year. A little over a year. I moved there in January 2019.
And during the course of that year that you were neighbors with them, did you have occasion to interact with them at times?
Yeah.
In fact, did you ever go over to their home?
Yeah.
Not a damn books.
And I believe you tuned the guitar for a child there at the house?
Yeah.
This Tealwood apartment complex, how would you describe the walls that separated your units?
Thin, like very thin walls.
And with those walls being so thin, would you ever have occasion to hear arguing and yelling coming from Sarah Boone and George Torres' apartment?
Yeah.
How often would you hear this?
Almost daily.
Did Sarah Boone ever approach you about the things that you heard coming from their apartment?
Yes.
And where were you when she approached you?
I was smoking a cigarette on my back patio.
And approximately what time?
It was pretty late. I can't remember the exact time, but it was definitely anywhere between like midnight to 2 a.m., like around there.
And do you remember how much before the date when the police called that this occurred?
A few months, like probably 4 or 5 months before that.
So 4 or 5 months before February.
Yeah, I can't tell it. Just the prosecutor, the defense, the way he asking these
When she
questions.
approached you on this late evening / early morning that day, what did she tell you?
Pretty much just kind of like, if I do hear anything, like through the walls or whatever that's out back, just kind of keep my mouth shut. Like, don't really speak about it.
Oh,
Like,
she said, mind your business, nigga.
Okay.
Did she make any motions with her hands?
Yeah, like just kind of like, finger over the lips, like kind of shh, like, keep it hushed, like that.
So she told you not to record anything you may have heard about arguments or yelling or fighting, anything going on.
Yeah.
Do you recall the evening of February 23rd, 2020?
I do, yeah.
And what about that evening sticks out?
That sticks out to me from that night was literally just there was a very, very loud noise that I heard that was loud and powerful enough to shake my bedroom wall. And I remember that because I was sitting on my bed on FaceTime with my girlfriend at the time, and I literally felt the wall shake and stopped me mid conversation. And she even asked me through the computer, what was that? I was like,
did you hear any yelling coming from their apartment on that night?
Before that, yeah, like it was just arguing kind of stuff.
What was the last thing you heard?
The last thing I heard was like the loud noise and just a little bit of shuffling, and that was kind of it. It just kind of went silent.
Did you hear anything that was being said?
Not really, and it was never really anything clear. It was just like you could hear arguing back and forth.
You heard tussling, furniture moving.
And like, I hate you, like it's whatever it is, whatever the argument was about. That time, it's really all. It's never really clear enough to like a full argument. And honestly, I never really paid attention too much to it. If I heard it to be further away from it.
did you hear both the defendant's voice and also George Torres' voice?
Yeah. All the time. It was like a back.
So other than the statements and the phrases of I hate you, you weren't able to discern the context of this argument?
No.
What was the last sound you heard?
The last sound that I heard was like the loud banging noise that it was like a very odd sounding noise that I've never heard before this day, but it very much sounded like it was where my bed was positioned. It was kind of towards the back of the apartment, and it almost sounded like it was coming towards me, but like on the side of me, you know, and it was just like a loud rumbling noise. Like, that literally sounded like it was kind of far away from me, and then it like ended up like almost next to me. Like I said, the walls are thin, so like it's very easy to hear the walls, and not even just like hear.
Now, was your bedroom, where was it located in your apartment?
The back of the apartment, so it was like there's like a little kick out next to my patio, and that was my bedroom back there, like along the grass back there.
On the first floor?
On the first floor, yeah.
I have no further questions.
Any cross-examination?
Now, you said that you lived there next to Sarah Boone and George Torres for about a year?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware that the police were called to their residence while you were there for the year? Are you aware of any incident in which the police were called to their residence?
I had never seen anybody there, but I had other neighbors in the complex tell me that it had been on multiple occasions. So that's why
just instead of what somebody else told you,
yeah.
Just what you observed. Did you ever, the year that you were there living next to them, were you ever aware that the police were called to them?
No, the times that I was home, I never saw any police at the apartment there.
And did you work odd hours or?
Yeah, and with my schooling and stuff too, I used to have class at 1 o'clock in the morning. So all the time I was at random moments, like just not home throughout the day and night and stuff like that. So yeah.
Do you have an opinion as to whether or not, based on your interaction with Sarah Boone?
Let me finish the question first, please.
Do you know from your experience with Sarah Boone and your experience with George Torres that they drank alcohol?
Yeah.
Hang on.
I'll withdraw to that question.
There was some bumbling drunks.
Yes.
Are you aware that they both consumed alcohol to excess?
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, yes, of course.
Vincent, I think you had testified, you may have given a statement to law enforcement?
Yes, it was one of the detectives.
A recorded statement?
Yes. His name.
And I think it was on February 23rd of 2020?
Right, yeah.
I believe you had said that,
improper impeachment approach.
Uh-oh. Whoever on top of their audio quick as hell with the mute as soon as he say approach.
So would it be fair to say
I don't like her bob. Her bob make her look guilty.
on that day you got home around 7 p.m.?
7 p.m.?
Yes.
Which day was this?
Sunday, February 23rd, 2020.
No, I actually got home from work probably around like 1 or 2 o'clock or so.
In the morning?
No, in the afternoon. I went to work that morning at around 5 a.m.
And you said that you heard the normal yelling and arguing at about that time when you got home?
No, it was around that time, but it was really around like 10 o'clock, 10:30 is when like the arguing could be ready to hear clearly. It was like around 10:30.
Okay, thank you.
Is that it?
Thank you.
Be redirect.
Very, very low.
Yes, sir.
So on cross-examination, you were asked about the arguing you heard, and I believe your testimony was that it was pretty intense around 10:30.
Yeah.
Approximately what time was it that you heard this loud crashing thump sound that you described?
A little after that.
Overall.
It was a little after that arguing and stuff. It was probably around 11:15, probably 30, 45 minutes after the arguing, I could hear it started.
No other questions?
Can this witness be released?
Yes.
Not subject to recall.
We would like him subject to recall, you guys know.
Okay. Yes.
Damn. They getting the exercise. 4 lawyers just went up on Sarah Boone's
Court
behalf.
release not subject to recall. Have a great day. Thank you.
They running through these witnesses.
The state would call Brandon Moats.
They 3 hours in. They ain't took a break yet.
Bless you.
He got a diverse lawyer legal team.
Thanks, sir. You can be seated. State and spell your name for the record for us.
Yeah, my name is Brandon Moats, BrandonMoats.
Thank you. Category name. Inquire.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell us how it is that you knew Sarah Boone?
I moved into the apartment next door to her when I was in college.
And so, when was that you were in college?
I would have moved down here in 2019 and would have been there until like 2021.
So she was your neighbor at Chillwood Apartments, is that correct?
Yeah, it would have been Chillwood back then, yeah.
And did you have any roommates back?
Yes, I was rooming with Vincent Battaglia.
And during that time, what were you doing?
Like,
as far as work and school?
I was just going to school. During the time of this, yeah, I would have just been going to school. I don't think I would have had a job yet. So I was just a student.
Did you have much interaction with the defendant or with George Torres in this case?
Honestly, I avoided them as much as possible usually.
The apartment where you lived, tell us, how would you describe the walls that separated?
I remember that my bedroom was like the front-facing bedroom. Our walls shared a wall with where their staircase was. So, like, the way the apartments were laid out, we had a 1-story apartment, they had a 2-story apartment. So they had a staircase running right next to the walls, next to like our bedrooms.
Would you ever have occasion to hear arguing and yelling going on inside of the defendant's apartment?
Yes, the walls were pretty thin, so if people were yelling, definitely hear it.
And how often would you hear arguments or disagreements going on?
When I first moved in, it was at least like once a week, to the point that I started tuning them out. Like, I got good enough at just like not listening to them. They argued.
Do you recall the evening of February 23rd, 2020?
Yes, sir.
And on that evening, could you hear arguing going on in their unit?
Not late into the evening, earlier into the evening, probably like 7, 8 o'clock. Probably like earlier on, I hear arguing.
And where were you inside of your apartment?
I would have been in my bedroom pretty much all night.
And your bedroom, just so that you can paint a picture of where would that have been on the first floor or the second floor?
We had a first floor apartment.
Okay, so all the bedrooms were on the first floor.
Yeah, like I was saying before, we had a 1-story apartment, and then they next door had like a 2-story townhouse. So we only had the 1 floor.
Understood. And at a certain point in the evening, did you hear a loud cracking sound?
Yeah, probably around 10:30, 11 o'clock that evening.
And can you describe that sound for us in more detail?
I mean, yeah, literally, like I said, like 10:30, 11 o'clock, it's the way their staircase was set up. I could, my bedroom, the top of their staircase would have been like above my ceiling. It ends next to where like my roommate's apartment was. So I could hear something start above me super loud and then fall away from me, like it was falling down the stairs.
Did this affect the walls that were between your two apartments?
Oh yeah, me and my roommate. I remember me and my roommate talking the next day about like we could literally like it shook both of our rooms.
Did you ever have occasion to talk with the defendant about what?
I never saw her after that. She would have, yeah, I never saw her after that happened.
No further questions.
Any cross-examination?
Your money defense.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, you were asked by the state if you had any interactions with Sarah Boone or George Torres. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I think you said you tried to avoid them.
Yeah, I don't like drunk people, and they were drunk a lot, so I did not interact with them.
Do you remember this interaction with Sarah Boone in 2009 when you woke up and witnessed Sarah?
I would have been 9 years old in 2009.
I'm sorry, 2019. Good catch. In 2019, when you woke up and witnessed Sarah sleeping on the concrete patio.
Oh, this may have been a slight misconception in how I said this. I never woke up and saw her sitting on the patio myself. That I would have seen her on the patio eventually, but it's not like I woke up and went back and saw her on the patio. This was my roommate relaying the story that she'd fallen asleep on the back patio, and then I saw her.
So you did not witness that yourself, or did you see her?
I saw her asleep on the back patio. I was just clearing up the sequence of events there.
Thank you. Another time, do you recall our interaction with Miss Boone when you were coming home from school and she was trying to talk to you and she seemed paranoid and rambling?
Yeah, I got locked out of my apartment, so I was waiting on the steps I was waiting on the steps outside of my apartment for my roommate to get home. So she came up and started talking to me. I don't really remember too many details of what she was saying because I didn't want to talk to her. She did, but.
Do you remember saying that you believe Sarah was avoiding going into her apartment?
That's definitely the vibe. I don't remember what she was saying, but the vibe she was giving off was that she didn't want to go home.
I don't believe, and I just want to make sure. Richard, you said that the first argument, other than the Boone, which was 10 something, initially it was around 7 p.m. You heard arguing?
It would have, yeah, because it would have been. I remember that day I got home from class around 5 because I got out of class around 4:30 usually and walked home, so I would have gotten home around 5:30, and it would have been after I took because I came home, I made myself lunch and I took a shower, and then I heard all of their arguing, so it would have been about an hour and a half, 2 hours after I got home, so around 7 to 8 o'clock.
And during that time, when you say arguing, was it back and forth?
Honestly, I wouldn't really be able to say if it was back and forth. I don't know I wouldn't remember too vividly if it was back and forth.
Let me ask you this. I'm hearing male voice.
Yes, I heard a male voice.
You heard a female voice? Yes. Okay. Were they both loud?
Yes.
Okay. If I can confirm, Jim.
Yes, sir, of course.
Thank you, sir. I have no further.
Be redirect.
No,
Can this witness be released?
yes.
Subject to recall.
Fine. All right, sir, you're released subject to recall. Thank you. And the parties approach.
Boy, they is quick with the mic when they say parties approach. Oh, this was a long little at the bench.
Members of our jury, thank you so much for your time, your attention, and your participation in this very important process. It is 12:21. At this point in time, we're going to go ahead and take our lunch break. I'm going to ask that you return here no later than 2 p.m. so we can pick up at that point in time outside of here, 12 Alpha in the Orange County Courthouse. And I'm going to give you an instruction. You're going to hear this instruction a lot over the next couple of days.
Yikes. They gave them a nice little lunch. Hold on there, I'm fast forwarding it. Well, all right. It gets us to the 5-hour mark. And I still hadn't cut the mics back on yet. Sarah doing a lot of talking to her defense team. Just still ain't in there. Y'all tricked me.
The record state Florida versus Sarah Boone.
We're going to do another hour and see where we end.
For the record, starting with counsel for the state.
Yes, Mr. State, William J. for the state.
Defense.
James Owen for state.
Tommy Henderson for Sarah Boone.
Ms. Boone is seated at council table wearing the same black suit and pink blouse from this morning. State, anything we need to address before we bring back in our panel?
We'll give the evidence protection system opportunity to chat before we go live.
Yes, sir.
What was it?
EMT offset of minus 300 minutes. On Monday, February 24th, 2020.
911, what is the location of your emergency? That is the best I can do, sir.
That sound play the 911 call apparently. That sounded creepy the way they came in with the doo. Thought the Undertaker was coming out.
Okay, all right. Just in the spirit of full disclosure, there are some persons behind me to my right and my left. I run the mock trial program at the University School of Law here in town. These are some of my students as a member of that program, so they're just simply to observe. So pay no mind or attention to them. With that, we're ready to bring in our jury.
Yes.
Yes. All right, let's stand and break. Y'all can see it. Thank you. Remember, record reflect all jurors' hands have been raised. With that, the state is going to continue their evidence presentation this afternoon. State, you may call your next witness.
State, call Brian Boone.
The ex-husband.
Mr. Goldberg, my name is one, please. Shall be the church follow through and it's all about.
Yes. Sir, good afternoon. You can be seated. After seated, if you could please state and spell your name for the record for us.
Brian Boone, B-R-I-N, B-O-O-N-E.
Thank you, sir. You may go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell us how it is that you know the defendant?
I dated her for quite a while and then we eventually got married.
You say you dated her for quite a while. How long are we talking?
I met her in the late 90s and I believe it was around 2005 when we got married.
Did you have any children as a result of your marriage?
Yes, we have one son.
And how old is that son?
He is currently getting ready to turn 14.
Did your marriage with the defendant?
No, it did not.
And approximately
Popping his mouth
when
and
was
shit.
it that you separated and began proceedings?
Probably 2017, I'm thinking maybe.
And at that time, when was your divorce actually finalized?
Maybe it was 2016. I think the divorce was 2017. I believe.
And after your divorce, what was your custody arrangement with your son that you had in common with the defendant?
She was supposed to have him on Mondays and Tuesdays. I would have him Wednesday, Thursdays, and then we'd alternate Friday through Sundays every other week.
So 1 week you would have 5 days with your son, and another week she would have 5 days.
Correct.
And was this still the same custody arrangement in February of 2020?
Yes.
And in February of 2020, Did you have, do you recall the events that occurred, I guess, first on the late evening of February 23rd, 2020?
On that evening, well, Sarah called me at one point during the night.
Do you recall about what time she called you?
I think it was 11 something.
When you answered the phone, how did Sarah sound on the phone?
She sounded like she had been drinking and was pretty drunk.
Were you able to understand what the defendant was saying?
Somewhat, but she woke me up. I had work the next day. I was asleep when she called. She's done this before, calling me late at night, and generally I kind of just try to ignore it, so I wasn't really paying attention.
Who was she living with at the time?
George Torres?
When she called you late that evening, could you hear George in the background at all?
Not that I remember, no.
Did you pay much attention to this phone call?
No.
Now, the following morning, on February 24th, 2020, did you begin to call the defendant?
Yes, I did.
And approximately what time did you begin to call the defendant?
I think it was like 11 o'clock or something.
And why was it that you were calling?
Well, it was going to be Monday. I had him on Sunday and dropped him off at school, and I was going to try and find out if she was going to be actually picking him up that day.
Why would you have a question about whether or not she was picking him up?
She wasn't generally very good about actually getting him on the day she was supposed to.
Oh, shit.
So it was not uncommon for you to have to remind her to pick him up or to make sure that she was in the day.
Well, I mean, remind or just find out if she was going to, or if she was just going to give him over to me as what happened.
Do you remember at what time on February 24th you actually got in touch with the defendant?
It was like 12:30 or something.
And when you actually got in touch with her, what did she tell you on the phone?
That George was dead, and if I would come over.
Did she say what happened to him?
I don't remember if she told me then on the phone or when I got there. She told me they had been playing hide and seek and that she fell asleep.
What did you advise her to do?
She thought about this shit
I
all
told her
night.
she needed to call 911 and that I would come over as soon as I could.
And this is on your first phone call here at approximately 12:30.
Yes.
2:24.
Yes.
Did she call you again while you were en route to her residence?
She did. She called to find out if I was still going to be coming over.
And when you spoke with her while you were en route, what, if anything, did you advise her?
I told her that she needed to call 911 and told her I was on my way, but she needed to get somebody over there.
How long did it take you to arrive at her residence?
From the first phone call, or?
Yes, from the first.
I mean, I don't live. I mean, I live a minute.
Hey, Miss Daly, she definitely guilty.
You just found the puppy.
Definitely.
I had to get him in his crate and stuff like that, and put something on because I was working from home. And, total time maybe 10 minutes.
When you arrived at her apartment, tell us what she told you when you arrived.
That, I mean, George was dead, and once again, I don't remember if she told me now or before that they had been playing hide and seek and she fell asleep. But I at that time told her again she needed to get 911 called to get somebody over there.
Had she called 911 at this point?
No, she had not.
So you've advised her now 3 times to call 911.
Yes.
Did you go inside of her apartment?
I walked in the front door into the little tiled area, like entranceway thing.
What, if anything, did you observe when you made it to that point?
Looking into the living room, I could see like the end of his feet and maybe a little bit of some legs that were kind of coming out around the backside of the kitchen area.
Did you continue to go into the apartment?
No.
Where did you go?
Sarah told me she was going to call 911 and go outside and have a cigarette and a drink and asked me to come out there with her. And I told her that I didn't really feel comfortable being inside. And I went out front and got in my car and waited for people to show up.
Did you witness the defendant call 911?
I think I was in there when she dialed it and first got somebody on the phone, but I wasn't there for the whole conversation. You know, I was outside.
Did you stay there at the scene while police arrived?
Yes, I was there. I was part of it. I knew I'd have to talk to somebody, so
Did you talk with law enforcement?
I did.
Sure, I have no further questions at this time.
Damn, they running through these witnesses quick.
We want to reserve our questions for when we call in our case.
Okay. All right, sir. You're subject to recall. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Just as long as he remains undisputed.
My understanding is subject to recall.
So somebody will contact me.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Goodness
Please,
gracious.
give me a call next witness. Yes.
Another approaching. Well, they're doing a lot of arguing. I ain't mad at them though. We may actually get through this whole.
Members of the jury, we appreciate your patience for a few moments while the state active the Bluetooth speaker so that they can publish the evidence. You may do so.
A 911 call.
That's the result of 48 Grant Lane, apartment 3. Transport. Yes.
We were playing last night.
I think I have Suitcase. CPR. Yes, and I fell asleep. Yes. No. I did. I did a video. All right. No. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Hello, ma'am. All right. And do it. 716-8684, Mr. Boyd. Call is forwarded to an automated voice message system 4.
What in the hell?
Sir, good afternoon. Could you state and spell your name for the record for us?
A-R-H-A-N, last name is Reynolds, Morgan.
Thank you, sir. You may be seated. Which category you may inquire?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Tell us, what do you do for a living?
I'm a maintenance supervisor for apartment complexes.
Is that what your position was back in February of 2020?
Yes, it was.
And what apartment complex?
Tilwood Park Apartments,
And how long did you work for Tealwood Park Apartments?
about 2 years.
And tell us, what were some of your duties in your position there with Tealwood Park?
Daily, I clean the grounds, walk the property, answer maintenance calls, did emergency dealt with vendors.
Did you become familiar with the residents there at the apartment complex?
Yes.
Did you have occasion to meet the defendant in this case and also a George Torres?
Yes.
Let me turn your attention to February 24th of 2020. Do you recall that date? And on that date, did you have occasion to come in contact with the defendant in this case?
Yes, I did.
And tell us, what was the circumstances in which you came into contact with her on February 24th, 2020?
I was called by the manager, the manager to come to to come to her unit. I believe she was already sitting outside.
And when she was sitting outside of her unit, what, if anything, did you observe about her and about the unit?
The police was there, her ex-husband was present. She was sitting outside, and that's when she decided she wanted to talk to me and managers.
And what did she tell you?
That she's confused, she's not exactly sure what happened. She pointed out that she recalls that they were playing a game of hide and seek. It was an instance that you're going to teach them a lesson, and then she just doesn't recall anything until the next one.
Did she say she fell asleep?
Yes, she did.
Did she say things got out of hand?
Don't really recall that part, but I do recall her stating that they were playing their game and that George went into a suitcase. And I didn't ask any questions. I just let her talk herself.
How long was this conversation?
For about 4 or 5 minutes.
Your Honor, I have no further questions at this time.
Any cross-examination?
Yes.
You may inquire.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon.
This conversation that you had with Miss Boone,
yes,
that took place on the 24th. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And who else was present at the time that the conversation was taking place?
Standing right next to me would have been Melissa Sexton and Eugene Harris, as well as the officer who was in front of the door.
So there was a law enforcement officer there that day, is that correct?
Yep.
Right. Now, on the 24th is when you said that Miss Boone made this statement to you. Is that correct?
Yeah.
They were playing hide and seek?
Yes.
And what else did she say?
She had told me they were playing hide and seek, they had drank. She was trying to teach him a lesson, and that was that. She went upstairs, she went to sleep, she woke up, she doesn't know what happened.
So that was on the 24th.
Trying to teach him a lesson while playing an innocent game.
Interviewed by law enforcement.
Yes.
Okay.
So I may have my days wrong, but it all happened the same day.
All right, the 24th, do you remember 2 days later that a Detective Scott Lowen conducted an interview with you at 4704 Lucier Court, Winter Park, Florida? You remember that interview?
Yes.
So that was 2 days later, is that correct?
I would assume so.
Yes. All right, so when he interviewed you 2 days later, did you tell him about this statement that Ms. Boone made to you that you just told this jury in court?
I did mention it to him.
You did mention it to him?
I mentioned to them that we had a conversation.
Did you tell him the content of the conversation?
I mean, I told him the whole content, but I didn't tell him we had a conversation.
All right, well, what did you tell him? What content did you tell him on the 26th?
That they were playing hide and seek, that she was confused, she doesn't know what happened. I believe I did mention to him the fact that she had said that she was trying to teach him a lesson. Not that anything was done with malice. I didn't state that at all.
So it's your recollection now today that on the 26th, you told Officer Loman what you just told this jury. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right. Sir. In preparing for this case, did you have a meeting with the Assistant State Attorney on September 23rd of 2024?
Did I have a meeting?
Yeah.
A brief chat over the phone.
A brief chit chat that was over the phone?
Yes, sir.
All right. At that point in time over the phone, did you tell him that Sarah Boone, the defendant, stated that she was teaching him a lesson and things got out of hand and that she fell asleep?
Yes.
Is that what you told him?
Yes.
Okay. And that was in 2024 of September the 23rd of this year.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you telling us that back on February the 26th of 2020, you told Officer Lowen at that time the same thing?
As I recall, yes.
So did she ever tell you how things got out of hand?
No.
Sir, you testified that you knew both Mr. Torres and Ms. Boone, is that correct?
Yes.
You actually knew George Torres from a different time, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
When did you first know George Torres?
In the 1990s.
In the 1990s?
He was a teenager and he lived down the street from me and my wife.
So you had a previous relationship with Mr. Torres?
No, not at all.
Not at all. You just knew him from then?
As I stated, he was a teenager and I was an adult.
During the time, though, that you became reacquainted with him, did y'all establish a friendship at that time here in Orlando?
I wouldn't say a friendship, but an acquaintance, yes.
Sir, on Monday, February the 24th, that would have been the day that you were with
It's the longest cross he done had of a witness thus far.
Gene Harris.
Yes.
Out in front of the apartment.
Correct.
Did you talk to law enforcement that day? You did not talk to them that day. Thank you, sir. I don't have any. If I can for again, sir. Thank you, sir. I don't have any further questions.
Hey, redirect again. Thank you.
Back in the 90s, when you had previously known George Torres, in this case, where were you living at that time?
I lived across the street. I lived on one block, he lived the next block over down.
In what city?
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
And when did you move from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania?
2018.
So in the intervening years, from your move from Philadelphia to coming to work at Tealwood Park, did you have any contact with George Torres?
No, as a matter of fact, I moved from that particular block in 2005, so I don't meet Judge again until I work at Tealwood.
When did you start working at Tealwood?
2018, 2019, roughly there.
No further questions.
That's when it's be released. No, you want to just subject to recall. All right, sir.
They subject to everybody to be called.
Okay, go ahead, witness.
Steve, call Deputy Campbell Rodriguez.
Who here said, I was thinking it, but somebody said it. It was the goddamn cameraman on Law and Crime. He saw her switching and said, All right, y'all. Because I think she's going to have some good testimony, and I think she's going to be there for a minute. Now, I'm getting sleepy. So, the 5 hour and 37 minute mark, 7:52, we're going to knock the rest of day one out tomorrow and start on day two in the daytime. And then tomorrow night, hopefully we'll finish day two. And yeah, we're going to try to catch up. Hopefully the case ain't over for the weekend now, but that's what I'm doing all week until we get caught up. Am I playing some? I guess I can play some to-go music. Sleepy though. All right. To the morning, people. 8:30. I'll be back live with more Sarah Boone. I'm actually shocked at how fast this testimony is going. They is getting it in and out like they got a rush or something. But I ain't mad at them. The next episode, we out. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot this bitch ass with the quickness. Now he bleeding, sorry, baby, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 bow. Limp Bizkit. All my niggas wildin', they done labeled us a misfit. Wake up every morning, 2 or 3, 5 in the Fitbit. Oh shit, didn't nobody come to see you old. It's some focus. Shoot 100 shots, no reloaded. Master of the game, you would think I'm into coding. Memphis niggas spit this pimpin', mackin' like I'm golden. Ho, where my money, you gon' turn me to the old me. Stay high, first class flight, I'm in the nosebleed. Hop it, cook it, whip it, ship it till you count the proceeds. OG, I've been moving back niggas since 03. Low key, niggas hating but they don't want no beef. State gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we don't eat. Get jammed, get a lawyer, make it bunny, don't speak. Pour up, oh, I need some more, nigga had a long week. Shout out to my plug, he showed me love, he out in Long Beach, I'm true geek. Walking by myself, but left with 2 freaks. Ooh, we nothing in they mouth and on they booty. Austin Power swag, yeah, baby, this is groovy. You can call me money boy, or you can call me nudie. Hood niggas, churches, chicken, let me get a 2-piece. Top down, 2-seater, let me feel the 2 breathe. Gotta hold it steady, chopper, kick it back like Bruce Lee. Lately I've been in the zone, I guess I'm in my 2-3. Don't call my phone for nothing less than a QP. Feeling like the Migos, cause my bitch is bad and bougie. All my haters love me, all these bitches just some groupies. Came a long way, I like to introduce the new me. Standing on business like I'm king or like I'm Drewski. Call me Ron Island cause I like my love for choosy. When we link it's a movie, she busted like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suitcase. Call me Ron Island cause I love my love for choosy. When we link it's a movie, she busted like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suitcase. I never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Niggas talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, baby, asking for forgiveness. Bow, Limp Bizkit. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, baby, asking for forgiveness. Bow, Limp Bizkit.